Alright, these are called linear equations. We're finding solutions to them. You have two variables, an x and a y, and you have an ordered pair, x and y. And if this is a solution to this equation, then when you plug it in, so substitute the x for the x and the y for the y, you get a true statement. So yes, this is, let's not put this, we'll put yes, 3 comma 4 is a solution to x plus y equals 7. What this means, right here, you have an infinite number of values that could give you 7. And we're just asking, is that one a solution? So if you plug it in, it gives you a true answer, then yes, it's a solution. Okay, let's look at it a different way. What if you're given only one value, like an x or a y? How would you determine what the actual solution would be? How would you find the missing coordinate? So all you have to do is take that little x, plug it in, and if you notice, we only have one letter left. Well, what is 2 times 0? It's 0. So y equals 8. Right there is our answer. 0, 8 is a solution to that. So we just created an ordered pair. Well, let's try another then. Let's try the 0. So 2x plus 0 equals 8. So that's 2x equals 8. All I did was take the y right here and replace it with 0, the coordinate that we're given. And then we solve, so that means x equals 4. So 4 comma 0 is also a solution. Let's look at the y equals 2. So let's do it again. Replace the y with the 2. A little bit more complicated equation, but it's still a basic one. So we minus 2. Divide by 2. So x is 3. So the ordered pair 3 comma 2 is also a solution. There's actually an infinite number of solutions for every single equation that you have. So if you pick any ordered pair and any coordinate of an ordered pair, you can pick the x or the y. It doesn't matter which. You could find the missing piece of that ordered pair that would give you a true statement. There's an infinite number of them. Okay? So, if you have this little number right here, x plus y equals 10, what I want you to do is find 3 ordered pairs that are solutions to that equation. I'll get you started. We know that 4 plus 6 would give you 10. 4 plus 6 equals 10. So we'd have a point of 4 comma 6. That is a solution. Hit pause and find 2 more. Alright, there's 2 more. You may have different ones. You could have 5 and 5, 11 minus 1, 11 and negative 1, 15 and negative 5. You could sit there and just keep playing with them. There's a lot of them, but these are the two that I found, and these are the total of 3 that I have found. These are all solutions to that equation. Alright, give these a shot. Not as easy, are they? So, another way of solving these are already set up. They say y equals 2x plus 3, which means we can pick any values you want. Remember, there's an infinite number. So the standard is to pick 0, 1, and 2 because they're nice, clean numbers. And the reason we're picking it for x is our equation already says y equals. So this allows us to just plug in values. So y equals, that's 0. Let me put this a little bit smaller here. Y equals 2 times 0 plus 3. So that's y equals 0 plus 3. So that means y equals 3. And then there is one solution. Let's try it again. Y equals 2 times 1 plus 3. So y equals 2 plus 3. So y equals 5. There's another solution. And then we pick the next one. Y equals 2 times 2 plus 3. So y equals, let's just write it as 7. And there's 3 solutions. So if you're given any equation, you can find 3 solutions just by plugging a value in. Some are straightforward, some aren't. But we already have y equals. Pick 3 values for x, plug it in. Alright, let's try another one. If you have a fraction, there's a best ones to pick. So what you pick is this: 0, 2, and 4. And the reason we're picking evens is because of our denominator. Whatever your denominator is, that's what you want to pick as multiples of those. It allows them to cancel. So you have y equals negative 1/2 times 0 plus 1. So that's y equals 1. And then if you pick it again, pick the other one we picked, the 2's will cancel and leave us with 1. So negative 1 times 1 is negative 1, and that gives us 0. Try it with the 4. The 2 again will cancel and leave us with 2. So that's y equals negative 2 plus 1. That's y equals negative 1. So as long as you pick evens with 2, you'll get the right answer. All right, let me have you try one. I want you to try to find 3 solutions to the equation y equals 3/5 x minus 4. So give me 3 solutions to that equation. I'll write the table up, and you can write the answers in it. So I want 3 of them. 1, 2, 3 solutions. Hit pause and try it. And there's what you should get. Those are my 3. You could have picked negative 5 and 15, anything that's a multiple. But you should have picked things that were multiples of 5, and that way they cancel. If you did not pick multiples of 5, you probably noticed that your fraction didn't cancel and you got a really messed up fraction. Those are still solutions. They're just not pretty ones, and I'd like to see pretty ones. All right, so let's review this again. Go back over all of it. So if you plug in an x and a y and it makes the equation true, it's called a solution. You can find solutions by plugging in an x or a y into the equation and then solving for the remaining variable to find the matching coordinate. Alright, or you can just guess on a lot of them that are very simple. If it's set up for y equals, then you want to just plug in x's. That'll give you a y. And if there's a fraction, you want to pick multiples of that denominator. So if it's 2, you pick 2 and 4 and 6 and 8, negative 2, negative 4, something like that. It'll cancel the fraction and make it simple. If you had fifths, pick something with 5s in it. 0, 5, 10, negative 5. And that's it. Those are solutions of an equation.